I'd like to announce that prior to this meeting, we had an executive session to discuss personnel issues. Okay, at this time, we have a special presentation. There's that one.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jessica Ports, and I'm here tonight on behalf of the Pennsylvania School Boards Association to honor a few school board directors for their years of dedication to Altoona Area School District. School board service has long been a crucial part of our nation's legacy and its commitment to public education. As the first school boards association in the United States, PSBA has a rich history with more than 125 years of service. School directors are described as ethical, principled individuals with a deep desire to serve. They believe in the value of our public schools and of local control of public education for the benefit of all students. Today, school districts are expected to offer more services along with world-class instruction with limited resources. These expectations provide a tremendous challenge for school directors, our unpaid volunteers who dedicate their time to the schools and communities they serve. For almost 40 years, PSBA has been acknowledging the contributions of dedicated local school directors with long-term service. The honor roll is the association's way of thanking those individuals who exemplify leadership by giving unselfishly of their time and talents for the betterment of the public schools serving students across the Commonwealth. Before I share the names of those distinguished leaders, let's take a trip down memory lane to when they came into office. The year is 1995. The first ever completely computer-generated film, Toy Story, was released. The Macarena went viral, and the dance became the norm at most parties, and eBay was launched. Fast forward just a few short years to 2011, the world witnessed the royal wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 hit theaters, ending one of the most popular franchises in history, and the popular video game Minecraft was released. All of this aside, I'm very pleased to recognize the following for being part of this rich legacy. We have Mr. Ron Johnston at 12 years. And we have Mr. David Francis at 28 years. Hey. And thank everyone for all of your service, and congratulations to our two ones that were being noticed. Of course.
Thank you. You're up.
Okay, at this time, we will have hearing from citizens. We do have a school board policy regarding hearing from citizens. Citizens wishing to address the board are to clearly announce your name, address. If you're affiliated with a group, please announce that. Public participants must be residents or taxpayers of the Altoona School District, or anyone representing a group in the community or school district, any district employee, or any district student. Your statement will be limited to 5 minutes. Please understand that you can only comment once on a topic. Statements are to be directed to the board president, who is me. You are not to address or question school board directors individually. As board president, I may interrupt or terminate a participant's statement when it's too lengthy, personally directed, abusive, obscene, or irrelevant. I may also request any individual to leave the meeting if he or she does not observe reasonable decorum as defined by me, the board president. If a person's conduct interferes with the progress of the meeting, he or she may be removed even with the assistance from law enforcement officers. And I will reserve the right to call a recess or adjourn to another time if a lack of public decorum interferes with the orderly conduct of this meeting. Okay, with that, anybody wishing to address the board, please come to the microphone.
Hi, I'm Philip Bruce Gerganis, and I am a student at Altoona in 12th grade. And I just would like to talk about some concerns I've been having. If I start or okay. This is my first one, so I'm a little anxious, but I was concerned about the dances falling on a Thursday for homecoming, and then teachers having to go and chaperone, and some people don't want to chaperone and then have to wake up the next day after staying up late and go back to work. So that's one point I have. And the other points are students don't want to, many students don't want to go to school and then go to the dance, be up late. When do they have time for their schoolwork? Like, how do you expect them to get their homework done? Many teachers aren't going to just put aside homework just because of a dance, and then the next day we have school. And I just don't think it's fair, and I just wanted to put my concerns out there for that. And my other concerns were having off the day after trick or treat, because we used to, but I don't know what happened. And many other schools do both of those things that I stated, and I just don't understand why we don't anymore and many others do. So that's all I have. But
Okay, thank you for coming and addressing your concerns. You did a good job. Okay, anyone else wish to address the board?
Hello, my name's Katie. I live in the city. I have 4 kids. They all attend the school district. I want to start by saying that I appreciate all that you all do. This is the only local these are the only local officials that are unpaid, and all of their hours are voluntary, so you do not have an easy job. Unfortunately for you, you are the complaint department for the school district, and that's what I'm here for. I live near Keith Athletic Field. I was very upset and perturbed to read the articles in the newspaper about Keith Athletic Field potentially being sold. I would appreciate it if we weren't given the response when I'm done that Keith Athletic Field is not for sale, because there are clearly talks being had. I've spoken to several of you, even the people who were just elected, not everyone. But I appreciate the time that everybody that has spoken to me has been transparent and candid. I may not have agreed with everyone, but they at least were very candid and transparent with me, and I do appreciate that. I want to ask, the last time you guys put it for sale, I believe it was for around $300,000. And I wanted to ask, is the safety of my neighborhood worth $300,000 to you? Are my kids' safety, is that what it takes to sell my kids' safety? 300,000, 350,000, whatever you want to sell it for. Because I believe it is not. Once you sell it, we have no control over it. You have no control over it, and whoever you sell it to can do whatever they want with it. How would you like it if the city or anybody, but if the city in particular came and just decided to build multifamily affordable housing in your neighborhood? Probably most of you would have the same concerns that I'm having right now. If a place like, I don't know, Highland Park, they just decided to, plow over and cement over and put up housing, how would you like it if that came into your neighborhood or anywhere in the city? You are the only ones that are protecting us at this point. I understand this is a tabled measure. I don't know how you say it, but I'm mostly here just to say we're going to keep coming back. We're asking for transparency. We're asking to have input on what you do. None of you have spoken to anybody in our community about what we want for our neighborhood. And we would appreciate that consideration and that courtesy of allowing us to have an input of what you decide to do with our neighborhood. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anyone else wish to address us? Okay. Hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to the next section of our agenda, which is a resolution of the Board of Directors. This would be the approval of the accelerated opt-out resolution certifying tax rate within the inflation index. Do we have a motion? Is there a second? And we would ask Mr. Hatch to explain this.
Absolutely. So the resolution on for board approval this evening is asking the board to vote to agree to not ask for a tax increase. If it would decide to ask for a tax increase that would exceed the Act 1 index, which for this year is 7.7%. It is not a vote for or against a tax increase. It is an annual resolution that is required. We typically do this resolution in January. However, with some uncertainty with primary election dates and the potential for this to be moved up, we are asking for a resolution vote this evening. Again, this will reinforce that the school board will not ask for a tax increase if it would decide to ask for a tax increase in excess of the Act 1 index of 7.7%.
Okay, any discussion? So basically, this is not a resolution to say we're going to increase taxes, but if the board does increase taxes, it will not be beyond the indexes identified by the state.
That's correct.
Okay. Any other discussion?
I would just ask, in your experience, Carl, I mean, has any school district never not approved this? I mean,
to answer it, it's pretty unusual unless some pretty drastic things are occurring in the district that they have to do the long budget to believe somewhere along the line, but it's pretty much gone by the wayside because the exceptions have pretty much gone away. As I stated before, this index that's out there now is so high, I don't really see anybody exceeding which is our adjusted index, like 7.7. That's where it's at. But most schools do it. There's a few holdouts. I would say less than 3% do the long method.
Any other discussion? Okay, those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Let's move. Okay, we have the minutes from the October 16th, 23 meeting. Do we have a motion on those?
so moved.
Is there a second? Any discussion? Those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Under finance, we have A, the list of payments, B, the financial reports. Do we have a motion on those items? Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Okay, those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, number 7, policy. We have final reading on policy. and the policies are listed. Do we have a motion on those policies to accept as a final reading? Is there a second? Any discussion?
Just real quick, on the last line of the pupil, the student experienced homelessness, it has the students with an IEP may elect to crossed out the very last page of that policy. And I'm wondering, I thought students with special needs, and I'm asking, are these students exempt from the 21? Yeah, special needs can go to 21. These students, homeless students, can't go to 21.
They actually increased that age to 22
22.
recently with legislation. What this is explaining is that students cannot be, if they're experiencing homelessness and or foster, that cannot be held against them in terms of graduation requirements. So we typically look at a student with an IEP, possibly graduating them on their IEP goals and objectives, which means that they have goals and objectives within their program, that they're making adequate progress. They could possibly be exempt from other standard graduation requirements such as 27 credits.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, education, we have A, Penn Lincoln Elementary, the Star Readers Club. B, the Blair County Health and Welfare Council Grant. C, Pennsylvania Pre-K Counts Flexible Instructional Time Plan for the 2023 to 24 school year, little typo on that. D, the affiliation agreement with St. Joseph's University. E, Blair Family Solutions. F, the AmeriCorps Youth Corps Agreement. G, secondary field trips. H, revised organ and tissue donation awareness mini grant. I, new teacher induction program completion for 22-23. J, Altoona boys and girls youth basketball in grades 3 to 6. K, the Altoona Area High School mock trial attorney advisor. And L, volunteer approval. Do we have a motion on those items?
So moved.
Is there a second? Discussion.
I just have a quick question. The St. Joseph's MOU, do we have a student teacher from there, Brad, or?
We do. Is it a nurse or is it a teacher, Haley?
Yes, it is teacher.
Okay, just one.
Yes, we currently have one request. We are looking for future partnerships, but right now it's one request.
Okay, and I just like to make a comment on the Star Reader Club. Being a member of the Altoona Kiwanis Club, for years, we sponsored what was called the Buddy Club. And students came in to the high school field house every Wednesday from like February to early May. And they swam and did activities. And if students attended on a regular basis, it culminated in the student receiving a summer season pass to Prospect Pool. So what the Kiwanis Club wants to do is have this as a reading incentive program now. So students in grades 3, 4, and 5 would be asked to read books at home. Their parent would verify they read the book. They would bring a little slip of paper in showing that verification, get a star for it. After getting so many stars, you get a summer pass to Prospect Pool. So I know Kiwanis Club is very excited about getting involved in this new venture, and we're planning on it being very successful. And the Kiwanis Club has as its goal serving children. So it's right up my alley and right what I plan to do when I leave this board. Okay.
Real quick on the youth basketball program, there's a registration fee of $50 now. Do we have a contingency for those that can't afford it?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we have a situation that is brought to our attention, we have scholarship monies that we utilize through collected dress down money from staff that we can utilize to take care of that for those students.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, any other discussion? Ron?
Yes, I just want to step on your Kiwanis with the reading program in Prospect Pool. The leading cause of childhood death is drowning. So thank you. Thank you. We'll get them kids swimming.
That's good. Okay, any other discussion? Okay, those in approval respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Okay, personnel. A, personnel agenda items. B, a salary adjustment. C, the superintendent and assistant superintendent's goals and rating tool. D, the business manager contract addendum. Do we have a motion on those items? Is there a second? Discussion?
I guess my only question is with the evaluation tool, is there any where that we can put comments or, okay. Maybe I didn't.
So that will be adjusted. It'll have an anecdotal piece under each goal. So for the first 8, those are pretty standard. And then you would have it met or did not meet, as well as an opportunity to elaborate with a narrative. And
Okay,
then same with the 6 individual goals that are outlined in the second attachment.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, those in favor respond by saying aye.
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 Opposed? So moved. Number 10, business operations. We have A, capital reserve list of payments. B, the capital projects list of payments. C, repository bids. D, N-Tram drivers. E, Blair Family Parking Lease Agreement. F is a time clock upgrade. G, request for proposal to upgrade our wireless access points. H, the spring sports bid. I, request for proposal for food service management contract. And J, purchase of a district vehicle. Do we have a motion on those items? Is there a second? Discussion.
On item F, the time clocks, why didn't that company that we want to sole source, why didn't they bid on it?
Susan, you want to address that?
One of the key components in our RFP is that we wanted to have a backup should we lose power, that we'd be able to maintain time clock information. People could still clock in and out and it would retain it. The company that proposed the bid, that's not included in the project, which is why they didn't submit an RFP.
So we won't have the backup then?
It will not,
Okay,
but we don't on our current system either.
why wouldn't we just put it back out the bid without the backup?
There's not really anybody out there other than this company, to tell you the honest truth. We threw it out there across the board and reached out to a number of people individually. And we couldn't find anybody else that was compliant within our scope. That's the only exception within the RFP that was advertised.
Okay.
Okay, any other discussion or questions?
Yes, I have one on list of payments, page 16.
Wrong section. See, are you back? What item are you on?
I was wondering why on page 16 in the list of payments, why there's so many for Lowe's. I'd like to have an explanation for that if I could.
So our buildings and grounds and our maintenance department has an open purchase order to Lowe's. Lowe's invoices is on us on individual purchases. So if we go Monday and buy a box of nails and we go Tuesday and buy a bag of screws, they'll send us an invoice for every day. And that's how we have to pay Lowe's, which is why it's like that. If you look, the check numbers all the same on all of those purchases.
Okay, I just can't remember a whole page plus more of Lowe's payments here. Okay, thank you.
And I think that they've changed, Lowe's has changed the way that they're billing us. We used to pay them.
I never
off of their
saw it like
statement.
this before.
Yeah,
So
we used to
s-
pay off
spread
their
out.
statement. Now they've asked us to pay on their individual invoices.
Okay,
Doug,
Any other-
Doug, do
any
you want to
other-
elaborate on what kind of purchases that might be? Just to put some context to it.
Lowe's is the provider for most of our maintenance, repair, and operations materials, just by the nature of the stuff that they sell, everything from plumbing to lumber to flooring to whatever. So they're one of our primary vendors. And the reason that you have so many line items is that each individual purchase, we get a receipt from them. That then comes to my office and my secretary works her magic and it goes back up to the business office then. So that's why you see each of those individual $30 purchases, $50 purchases. They are a unique purchase and that's where our guys are going for all those supplies.
so it makes more work for us and more work for them instead of having one bill.
Well, yeah, we're kind of at their mercy because Home Depot, we've tried over and over to get them to accept purchase orders from us and they will not. So that's Lowe's is kind of like the only game in town.
Okay, thank you for the explanation on it.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Committee reports. Do we have any committee chair reports?
We did hold an education committee meeting prior to executive session tonight. So just wanted to announce that.
Okay, board president's report, final meeting. 4 years went very fast. The 42 years working in a school district here went very fast also. And when I retired from the school district, I vowed I'd never attend another school board meeting. So then I decided to run for school board. And of course, I've been here now 4 years, but it's a real pleasure serving the community. And I think if you talk to any school board member, most will say, when you're asked, why did you do this? And it's to give back to the community, give back to our kids. And I'd like to congratulate Dave for his 28 years and Ron for his 12 years. It takes quite a bit of perseverance to hang in there for that long. And also I'd like to thank those who served with me for 4 years and will be returning. It's a pleasure working with you. And I think anybody that serves on a board or committee like this really deserves the thanks of the community. And lots of luck to our new board members. I see we have Justin. Okay, and I see Mike and is Bob there in the back? Nope, okay, I can't see clear to the back, but best of wishes for your term. And there's a lot of issues going on and I'm sure you're up to the task. So lots of luck. Okay, we have our student representatives report. Julia.
Hello. So I do have a couple of events to highlight. Tomorrow, November 14th, is Improv Night in the Black Belt Commons just down the hall. Admission is $5 and it will begin at 7 p.m. And we hope everyone enjoys a fun-filled improv night as you support the AHS Drama Department. Additionally, many of our fall sports have come to a close. The AHS girls soccer team is our District 6 champions, and our football and girls volleyball teams closed out a great season, among other fall sports. We ask that you please continue to support our athletics department as our student athletes progress into the winter season. AHS held an activities night on Thursday, November 9th, where students were able to enjoy swimming, dodgeball, and other activities. For any high school students who were not able to attend, keep your eyes peeled for any upcoming plans. Tuesday, November 14th, is the Parents' Night Opportunity Fair from 5 to 7, hosted in the AHS Fieldhouse. Representatives will be available from the military, four-year colleges, two-year colleges, trade schools, and local businesses. All parents are invited to come and discover the many opportunities present for their child. And as we approach Thanksgiving break, a reminder will be that there is no school for elementary students Tuesday, November 21st through Monday, November 27th. There's no school for secondary students through Thursday, November 24th and Monday, November 27th. School resumed for all students on Tuesday, November 28th. And congratulations are in order for our Scholastic Scrimmage team, who had an undefeated season for all of their regular competitions this year. To close, I would like to say it's great to be back after my absences, which I do apologize for, but it's great to see everyone again. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, superintendent's report.
Yeah, thank you, Julie. We missed you. We're glad to have you back. It's good to see your smiling face. I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to thank our 4 outgoing school board members for their amazing service, their dedication, their sacrifice to serving our community and our school community. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor working with you. And we do have a token of our appreciation, I believe, correct? That we wanted to, and this is something that I hope to earn at some point in time in my career, because I find them to be amazing tokens of the school district and the service that we receive. So David Greenwood served from 2021 to 2023. I want to thank Mr. Greenwood for his service, and I know that he will have his ongoing work with as an educator and continue with that. Mr. Hoff from 2019 to 2023. Eric, I want to thank you for everything that you've brought to us. Your expertise and knowledge has really lent itself to multiple areas, primarily within our facilities. And I know that you're attacking some new educational endeavors of your own. So wish you nothing but the best for you and your family. Mr. Johnson from 2011 to 2023. And the highlight of my day is when Mr. Johnson comes to visit me at work. He brings such a unique perspective from the Altoona community and all of the different areas that he is passionate about. You can always see Mr. Johnson. I'm sure you'll continue to see him at athletic events and in other areas. And I know that they're trying to talk him into possibly being an integral part of the prospect pool revitalization. So, yes, so Mr. Johnson and his wife Tina are still integral parts to our community. And finally, Dr. Malloy, thank you so much for everything that you've brought to the school board from 2019 to 2023. Knowledge, expertise, and levity, I think underscores all of the different pieces that you have brought to our school board, and you will be sorely missed. So without further ado, a little round of applause for our 4 outgoing school board members. Thank you. And I did want to just congratulate, because I know that 2 of them are in the audience. We look forward to working together very soon. Mr. Justin McCauley, Mr. Michael Pappas, and Mr. John Romanowitz, Mr. Bob Pacifico, and big congratulations goes out to Mr. Cook on being reappointed to the school board of directors. So very excited about what the future brings. We have a lot of work to do as a school district and as a community, and that's a responsibility that I'm sure that no one will take lightly. And it's something that I'm confident that the more that we continue to work together and be solution oriented, that we can do great things, not just here in the school district, but in the community as well. So welcome to the Altoona Area School District, or welcome back for some of you that have retired from us. And we really look forward to working with you soon. And you can expect communications from me this week. I know we had talked briefly, but orientations and other things that are going to be coming up will be announced very soon. So thank you for being here tonight, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Okay, for information only, Technology Committee summary. B, payment of college credits, October adjustment. Other comments? Do we have an employee unions response? Middle management response? Solicitor?
Real quick, you heard Mr. Hatch reference the issue about age 21 to age 22. Just today, there was argument in Commonwealth Court on an injunction filed by a number of school districts across the Commonwealth. And there are big schools like Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and some other big ones where bringing students back to the age 22 would have a significant financial impact. I mean, the number of schools that we represent, we just advise them to allow them to come back simply because of if any claims came up, the potential for attorney's fees and comp ed existed out there, do the right thing. The only thing that happened there is a class action lawsuit was brought. The Pennsylvania Department of Education settled that, and really what the school boards association, others are arguing that they really didn't go through the legislative process. So if they just would have gone ahead, had the Pennsylvania legislature, amended to age 22, it seemed like the right thing to do, but we'll hear about that shortly, one way or the other. In the long run, I believe it'll become the law of the land anyways. And the other thing is we issued a client alert. We do that as part and parcel of our service to all our schools. We don't, like some pool councils charge you like $800,000 every time, they want to issue something. But the class action prescription opiate consultant litigation came down, and we received 2 of these documents from the various schools because they were sent all across Pennsylvania. And immediately what we wanted to do was to issue a 2-page guidance there to outline that while there's $23 million available, if every school put in, quite honestly, some schools might get $1,800. These are all going to be more or less competitive type grants. There's no guarantee you will get them, but those of like in this district here, you have a grant writer, whoever does those kinds of things, you probably want to look at what the impact it had and try to get something out there. I believe the first one there gets their application in, and the argument for the supporting grant monies might be the first ones to, come away with something. So we thought that was important enough. And it does also have frequently asked questions. There are about 50 of them. We gave a reference to the website where you can find those. And that's basically it until reorganization.
Okay, those are all the items on the agenda. We have a motion for adjournment.
Hey, Frank, real quick, just a thank you and job well done for those monster calls, the play that was put on this past weekend. Absolutely fantastic. The kids did such a good job. Congratulations to them and to Juniat Elementary for their vocal ensemble. They did a really nice job this past week. So thanks to them, and we'll have a lot of talent in this school district.
Okay, could we have a motion for adjournment? Ron. Second?
Second.
Anybody not in favor? We're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.